welcome back to Tea and Tarot Tuesday. I am your girl, Princess Leah, and we are here for another episode. While we are waiting for others to hop online, I'm going to go ahead and just grab my tea because it's right there, and I'm going to BRB, okay? All right. Got my tea. How about you? Just got it fresh off the pot. Hot off the pot. This is my mango ginger yerba mate, heavy on the ginger right now, and not as light on, or a little bit more light on the mate since it is the evening time. So anyway, cheers. And I feel like today's mug for the Om symbol of peace, serenity, is exactly what we need right now. So I'm looking over here. We are live on YouTube, live on Instagram, and we'll just go ahead and get started, shall we? I might chat a little bit while we're waiting for others to get online and join us. So, how has your week been? We had quite the week. Let me get adjusted. Sorry. That's what I get for wearing a dress. It's okay. It's cute. How so far? Well, I guess technically it's only Tuesday. So, how was your 4th of July? For those who celebrated 4th of July, if you are in America or if you celebrate 4th of July at all. Mine was very relaxing despite all of the fireworks, but I actually decided to do something different this holiday than I've ever done. I actually took the night to myself. And as a mom, I'm sure there are a lot of moms going, how dare she? Doesn't she know that this holiday is for family and barbecue and hot dogs and fireworks? And I'm like, that is way too loud for me. And this is Cancer season, and my Cancer rising is just having it, okay? Ain't having it. And, I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I did. I took myself out actually for sushi and sake for the 4th, and that was something that I am really glad that I did. It was a nice dinner date of one. It was really refreshing, and then I went for a swim that evening, and it was beautiful. Welcome on for those who are coming on. The Sky says hi. Hey, dears. Shiva Kumar says, beautiful face. Thank you so much. Beautiful soul. We have Pac-Man says, hey, beautiful. Hey, hello, Mr. Pac-Man. Um, Vinay says, hi. Hi, Vinay. Emery Mandel says, your tattoo is beautiful. Thank you. See, it's so big you can see it. I got this tattoo that says peace and love, and it's my initials, Princess Leah, as well. I actually got it in 2020. So I'll never recommend getting a tattoo during a pandemic ever again. Hopefully, we never have to have one. But they wouldn't let anybody in the tattoo shop with you. So my friends are literally sitting in the car 20 feet away, being like, it looks great. Hence why it's so big, right? But thank you. It also at least can fit peace and love. So I appreciate that. Shay Man says, what wine is on your background? So technically, it's not wine. Technically, it was wine though, and it was delicious. It was a Chardonnay called Purple Moon. If you guys have a Trader Joe's where you're at, I highly recommend their wine. It's delicious, and they're like $10 or under. But this is actually something that I did. I was going to talk about during the because the new moon that we had on July 5th. was a really beautiful new moon in Cancer. And I did a new moon and a 7/7 portal read, and we had some really beautiful energy during Teen Tarot Tuesday last week about the new moon. And one of the things that was really prevalent, especially during my new moons and full moon rituals, my moon rituals, because listen, I'm a moon goddess, okay, ruled by the moon of all sorts. But one of the things that came through because of this uh, cancer season, this cancer moon, usually when I do my rituals, my ceremonies of setting intentions, I am actually a an Aries, so a lot of fire is also in my chart in that sense. And I really like to set intentions, and then I'll usually actually will burn them and burn them with my sage and my Palo Santo. But for this water season, I was feeling called to do something more in the water realm. So I had this idea to put my intentions and the letters that I wanted to write to whomever, myself included, and the things I wanted to, the new intentions that I wanted to start for this new moon and the second half of our year. And I decided to put it in my favorite moon wine glass. So I hope so. That's my story behind it. I also have I have a matching twin wine glass that's also on my balcony. So it was sitting under the new moon as well and has been since. So it's really fun, actually. I really liked that idea. And I also did another one. I'm a big bath girl. So I was taking a bath and I decided to write my intentions for the 7/7 portal during the 7/7 portal. And I actually put the note, it's really cheesy, in the bath with me. And it's funny because the ink actually did not, like, I thought it was just gonna like disintegrate, and it didn't. But you can still read it. So I was able to still read it in the bath, and I just had it like on my chest as I was meditating and visualizing and everything. So it was really, really fun. And I recommend it if you guys are bath people or if you're water people and, you want to do something with that new moon energy and this Cancer energy. For the full moon in Capricorn, I planted my intentions with my garden. So, and I actually found one of the little notes that was folded up on the floor or in the ground just today. So I replanted it since it came to surface, which I will say that is a sign from universe saying your intentions are resurfacing and coming to surface, hence coming into fruition. So I will claim that indeed. So that's that. Sorry if I missed all of your conversations as I was sharing. Shay Man says, woohoo, very nice. Just like your voice. Oh, well, thank you so much. Eldridge Clever says, we all know that's wild Irish rose with a fake label on the bottle. I promise it's not. Wine bottle says free bands gaming. That is true. Sorry, I'm moving this around. What else does this say? On your coffee cup as well, says Shiva Kumar. That's right. That's my first tattoo. Let me just, if we gonna talk tattoos and wine bottles, why not? All right, check it out. You see? That's my first tattoo. And it is the Om symbol. And I got it when I was 19. I had no idea what it actually meant other than I thought that it meant peace within yourself. That's what my mom told me when she gave me the tapestry in my room. I said, I need a whole lot of that. So let me have it. Let me just have it tattooed forever and ever. And then I got into chakra healing, which, by the way, I am doing chakra, my daily divine messages that I do. If you guys would like to be a part of my soul tribe here, um, my intention is to heal the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. So that is the energy that I pull whenever I pull my tarot. As soon as I get into it, I usually chat for about 10 minutes or so because y'all are chatting with me and I appreciate it. But I'll get into the tarot, I promise. But I do my daily divine messages from spirit every day, and I post something. So right now we just finished our all signs series. So if you wanted to take a look and see which zodiac, sun, moon, or rising that you want to watch or cross watch for, really beautiful messages. And then now we're on our chakra healing series. So we actually just started yesterday. And I'm going through the chakras that are in the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, which there's actually 10 chakras as opposed to 7. So we're on the root chakra today. Really, really beautiful root. So feel free to go subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888. You can also hit that notification bell if you want to know whenever I do post. I post them usually in the mornings, unless it's the weekend and then I sleep in. So anyway, let's see. Emery says Mandal. Oh, and also thank you guys for liking this video. I appreciate for giving that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, feel free. I'm gonna get into this tarot and see if I miss anything. Do you have any other tattoos? Thinking of getting a tattoo. Where do you think I should get it? You get a tattoo wherever you want, boo. I do. I showed you my own. I have a music symbol here that I also got with with my uh, infinity sign. They said it was a 2-for-1 special since it was the pandemic. I love to sing, so music is my life. Music is a part of my blood, and it runs very, very deeply in my roots. So I had to get an 8. Obviously, it's a very symbolic number for me. So I got the 8th note. Good evening, Nettie P. Welcome on. Welcome on, everyone. All right, let's see. Emery says the most beautiful tattoo on women looks beautiful when placed between the breasts. It is eye catching and beautiful. You know, I've seen that and I think that is really, really beautiful. I just saw 1212 on the clock. So that is a really beautiful, you know, completion and just you know, a message. You guys, I always catch angel numbers, and so if you see me just saying 1212 444, blah, blah, that is an indicator that, especially as I'm channeling, and I'm already channeling because I'm sweating, and that's an indicator that I am channeling. Um, sorry for TMI, but if you feel called to those numbers that I shout out, feel free to just, you know, search on, you know, Google search on what does that angel number mean, and it might be a message for you of something of significance. Okay, see what's next. I think we're down here. Ben says hi again. Hello, Ben. Welcome back. Shiva Kumar, are you a spiritual person or a yoga person? Both are different. Are you? I am both though. They are different. You're right. I would say I am a spiritual person no matter what, because we're all spiritual beings living in this human experience. But I'm very much more, I feel, attuned to spirit and spirituality and tapping into, let me go fix my camera over here on Instagram, tapping into spirit. I'm very much a deep intuitive channeler. I think most artists and musicians are. Right. I do love yoga. I've danced my whole life though, so I think that's why I get it really, really. And that's why I think yoga is really beautiful for me. That I enjoy because it's like being able to mix tapping into your body, which is one of my creative outlets through dance, as well as being able to connect your mind. It's like a mindfulness in motion is what I like to call it whenever I do my chakra movements along with it. So that's a good question. Thank you for asking. What about you? Tammy Warnick, sorry, just did. Hello from Oregon. Thank you, dear. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you being here. Hello from Oregon. I love the Oregon. I've only been there once, but it was absolutely beautiful. I would go back again. Emery says, I'm going to get an angel tattoo. Can I use your face? That is an honor. Let me get my good side. Okay. Um, I wish I had, I don't think I have it with me, but I have done some figure drawing modeling before. And I think it's actually probably the most empowering and beautiful and invigorating experience for anyone, but especially women, because you're finally, I've done modeling since I was a teenager, but when you're doing it in a sense where you are the art, you are the canvas, even though you kind of already are, but there's a difference between modeling for a product and then modeling for art, right? And so to be seen in the most vulnerable state and see how artists see you and capture you is the most beautiful experience. And I didn't feel uncomfortable. I think I have felt more uncomfortable fully clothed being looked at by people, because it's the intention of behind what they're looking at that makes the difference, right? Energy speaks louder than words and action, right? But there was a time, a few times actually, where oh, I think it's down here. I'm gonna get it. There, I'm gonna get it. Hold on, before I say anything else. Hold on. We're gonna get to the tarot. I promise, guys. Wow. Okay. So I just have to tell you. So someone, instead of painting my body, chose to paint my face. So what I love about that is that they spent in the entire class, and this is the same artist, but a different time. Look at that. I mean, they could have painted any other part on my body, and they chose to paint my face. And I just think that is so beautiful. And the way that people do their work, the way that people see what is, it's like when people are painting a bowl of fruit. Do they choose to focus on the apple or the pineapple or the grapes? It's up to you. But I just thought that was really beautiful. So I don't know. Thank you for letting me share that, because for some reason, Emery, you inspired me to share that with you. I don't share that with many people. So thank you. Shiva Kumar said, though I have a Hindu god name. Shiva, you do. You absolutely do. Never a spiritual person. That's okay. That's okay. I that's your journey. And in my opinion, again, we all are spiritual beings. And when we choose to be on this earth plane and choose to come to this earth, we choose to decide to either experience it fully as human in human capacity and all of its worldly, humanly possessions and ego and all the things, or we decide that we want to come to this earth as, a more awakened to help awaken spirituality and consciousness, and neither is wrong. That's just your choice of growth. And sometimes people awaken later in life in their years. Sometimes they have a conversation like Tea and Thoreau Tuesday and they're like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Maybe I'm gonna do yoga now. I don't know. Maybe they listen to Janelle Monet and her song yoga, and now all of a sudden they doing yoga and they woke, right? It all depends on what ignites you and inspires you. Sometimes people get awakened through dark nights of the soul, hitting rock bottom, having really, really tumultuous triumphs or trials, is what I'm hearing, instead that, really move them to a point of such depth and darkness that there's nothing else for them to go but up. And they're like, there's got to be more than this, right? It just is your own experience, and there's no judgment there. Emery says, does the necklace have a meaning? Yes, it does. Everything I wear has a meaning, you guys. You have to know this about me. If I choose to put anything on my body, it's because there's a meaning. So this necklace says believe. And it was a gift from my old mentor and boss, whom actually I worked with at her modeling agency, speaking of which. And she is a beautiful health and wellness and um, person who kind of took me under her wing when I was, about 15 or 16, and let me just be a part of her agency, and then her, uh, the person that she was kind of was her. I don't even know what you would how you would explain her, but they took me under their wing when I was a little baby, and for when I was working for her um, as their New Faces director, she gave me this necklace for Christmas, or maybe it was my birthday. And then this here bracelet was also from my coworker and friend from the same agency for Christmas, and it says she believed she could, and so she did. And then this, of course, is my evil eye for protection, for energetic, spiritual protection. I got this for myself for my birthday when I was traveling in Austin. So we always have to protect ourselves from energy, especially for those highly intuitive empaths and intuitives. So that is that. All right, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna read this last one, and then we're gonna get into the tarot. Let's do it because we're already at 21 and 2 seconds. I believe parents are my god and goddess. That's beautiful. I don't know what religion it is called. Parents. It's called the religion of parenting. I don't see myself as religious. Spirituality, I think, is a different kind of concept than religious, practicing religious. Not saying that I don't have spiritual developing practices that are rooted in religions like Christianity and things like that. But I just really do follow more so of the belief and the energy of love. I believe that most religions all point back to the most important reason that it all began, and that is love. That is to awaken to the highest frequency that we can experience, that we are, and that is love. And that's why my mission is to heal the heart of a woman and thus the soul of mankind through conscious love. Um, and that's why those who feel that you have been awakened by divine love or things like such are drawn to the channeling that I usually embody because I'm channeling the highest frequencies of divine conscious love. Shiva says all religions have a common thing. Can you answer what it is? I think I just did. Love. Yeah, that's my answer. You know how Oprah used to have those Oprah's Big Questions on her Super Soul Sundays? I actually ended up doing a monologue to see if we'll see how this is going to work with this shawl. This shawl was actually handcrafted, hand designed by an artist as well. And I love all of the beautiful different women and all their different looks. But anyway, Oprah said, asked her big questions, and one of the questions was, all you fill in the blank, all you need is, all we need is. And my answer always goes back to the Beatles. All you need is love. Hmm. All we need is love. Look at this. Look what just came out. All we need is love, love, love is all we need. Look at that. Shiva says, I guess it is spirituality. So look at this. So the feminine, as I'm shuffling, had these just fly out. And I'm hearing that with this moon, right, as we were talking about that new moon energy, the full moon in Capricorn at the end of in on July 21st, we have our second full moon in Capricorn. We've had the moon, the lunar cycles reset on this new moon in Cancer, and that is your emotional needs. Your emotional needs here with this divine love. So you see how she's aiming, kind of pointing towards this hand of God, of spirit, of source, of creator, of whatever name you want to choose. This is divine love, right? Self love, inner love. And then you have that hangman here, looking at life from a different perspective. Shiva says, "Oh, you are a tarot reader?" Yes, indeed. That's why we're in Tea and Tarot Tuesday. Ryan says, "Right. Welcome on." Um, yes, I am. It all is included of checking out the energies and messages from spirit. So, what are the highest energies, frequencies that are coming out for the divine feminine right here? Is listening to our intuition, following our emotional needs, filling up our cup so much that it overflows. My cup overfloweth with your love. You see, there's the lotus petals here. The lotus petals. Lotus petal, lotus, the lotus petals, actually the flower that's around all of the chakras. And the lotus is of the Om symbol of the infinity expansion, the infinite expansion of flowering, of unfolding, of blossoming, of blooming, right? Your infinite self, as well as lotus flowers. You know how a lotus flowers comes to fruition, comes into being. Lotus flowers come into being through the mud, right? They grow in mucky water, meaning this divine feminine energy has gone through a lot. When we have this hangman, she comes from this hangman story is actually of the archetype of Medusa. And Medusa's story is something that a lot of people don't realize. And we're going into all of this energy around Black Moon Lilith right now. And it's really, really powerful, and it's empowering the feminine energy to really not take, reclaim what is hers, her power, her truth, her dignity, right? Um, and we all have feminine energy within us. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us, right? Shiva says only deep minds can understand tarot concepts. That's right. And Shiva says national flower of India is the lotus. Look at you. Yes. I love that. Thank you. That's a fun fact too. I don't think I knew that. And so Medusa's story is the fact that she was really, really scarred by unpleasant. Let's just keep it PG a little bit, because I can get a little bit intense when I get passionate about things that aren't fair. She was really, really scarred by unpleasant things that were happening around her by men. Let's just say that. The way that they thought, remember how we were talking? This is why Spirit wanted me to talk about the figure drawing, because you can be fully clothed and feel completely naked and exposed by the thoughts of men and women, based on what they think about you, how they're sexualizing you and objectifying you, and how much has the feminine energy been in that state for how long. And Medusa was hurt and abused so badly that in order to protect herself, she actually that's why she made her hair into snakes, out of protection, so that whenever anyone looked at her in a sexualizing, I'm hearing barbaric kind of way that was abusive and disempowering and scary and hurtful, they turned into stone. But of course, in the game of telephone throughout thousands and thousands of years of that story being come into fruition, as well as patriarchy. How many times has it been changed, and now it's just that she was this evil person who turned people into stone because she was a wicked witch? Like, you know what I mean? So that's what this Lilith, Black Moon Lilith energy is coming through. I'm really hearing this. Black Moon Lilith. Yes, waking up to our our hardest, our our deepest pains so that we can reclaim them. Waking up to our deepest wounding so that we can heal them and rewrite our story. You see how she's carrying, or not carrying, but there are these purple. Let me make sure I don't let. I gotta show Instagram over here too. You see how she has these butterflies, these little purple, indigo, blue butterflies. And we were just talking about hangman or yoga as well, and how she's in that tree position upside down. The hangman is where you literally hang yourself upside down from the tree so you can look at life from a different perspective. So you can shift your perspective. And this card is to help us look at women, I'm hearing, a different way, and how we appreciate women, and how we appreciate not even just women, but the feminine, because we all carry the feminine energy. Anyway, butterflies are about transformation. Spirit said, don't forget that. And, we're transforming the way that we look at women. I love this so much. The moon, the Ace of Cups, the Hangman, that is Black Moon Lilith all over it. I didn't know what this reading was going to come through, but it's always about the T of the energy. What's the T for the collective? So that's really, really beautiful. I love that so much. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, feminine, before I move on to the masculine? Throne of Cups. So this, yeah, on the bottom of the deck, look, the Death card. Yes, that is transformation. Pluto energy, right? Scorpio energy. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation, and Pluto is in Aquarius in retrograde right now at 1 degree, about to go back into Capricorn. And it is about transforming. Yes, transforming our life, transforming what has not worked. This Crone of Cups, this Modern Goddess deck does not have any men in the deck. I just saw 33 on the dot. If so the the King of Cups is the Crone of Cups in this deck here. And that is of building emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. She's learning how no matter what kind of water is emotion, cups are emotion, no matter what emotional surroundings that she is in, where she can, where she feels like there's nothing but emotions around her, what she's gone through in her past, right? Her cup overflows with love, self love. This is a lot of inner healing, self healing. Jiva asks, can you explain in simple what does feminine mean? Absolutely. Thank you for asking. And I usually do this disclaimer before in every reading too. Our feminine energy that we all carry within us, whether you identify as, man, woman, doesn't matter about the gender, doesn't matter about what body parts you have. The feminine energy that we all carry within is the the thought, it is the emotion, it is the conception, it is the sensuality, right? The senses, the things that you sense before you see, right? The masculine energy is bringing that thought, that conception, that idea, that emotion, that sensation into the physical, into fruition. So, to put it a little bit more simply, the feminine is that non physical aspect, whereas the masculine is the physical aspect. So, that's why it's good. That's why they need to work together. They need to work together as two counterparts, right? That's why interdependence works in relationships best if you can work together. Um, with your strengths and all the things, right? And it's not necessarily about gender. It's not this person goes out and works because he's a man, and this person stays home and with the women, with the kids because she's a woman. It's about what works for what their ownness works. But within your own self, how it works is, let's say, for instance, you have a thought, you have a dream, a desire. Let's say a desire. You want something for some reason. You have this dream, it's something that your heart and you just, it keeps calling you to, whether it's an idea for a new project or a love, you know interest, whether it's anything that is a thought or a desire, right? That is the feminine energy. You feel it, you think it, you desire it, you want it, all of the sensations, the sensuality, right, of it. That is the energy, that is the feminine quality. Now, if you want that to come into fruition, if you want to make that happen, if you want to bring that and actually solidify it and touch it and taste it and smell it, right? And see it, then you pull into your masculine energy, if that makes sense. Shiva says, do you know in Hindu, when they get married, bride always the bride is always younger than the groom for the same reason? That is interesting. I didn't know that. Well, I know that in a lot of cultures they would, they prefer having the bride younger than than the groom. Um, but again, it can be because of age, it could be because of whatever their reasoning is, but a lot of the reason why traditional sus- lifestyle, I don't even know what else to arrangements, I don't have a word for it, the way of being is around that, man, woman, guy, girl kind of thing. Shiva says, girl has matured thoughts than boy at least 5 years. Well, yeah, that's true. But that's because, right, there's a lot that women go through, that has to tie in with, you know, being able to give birth and what you have to adapt to with nature and all the things. But there's so much of that maturity. But it's true. Ryan says, "LOL." So anyway, I'm losing my thought on that, but I'm hearing all of this tying in that the feminine is more mature because the feminine goes first, in the sense that you can't create something if you don't first have a desire for it, right? You can't create something. The feminine is of creation, is the creativity, is that sacral chakra, right? Is the womb space where the baby is being created, is being manifested, is being grown, right? But it's the masculine energy in the woman even who pushes that baby out and brings it into life. So there's that perfect balance of one person holding both the feminine and masculine energy, right? And so it's like that for everyone, within us all, with everything that we do. You have to want it first. You have to desire it first. You have to think it first, and then you move into the masculine energy of creating it into existence. Hope that makes sense. All right, speaking of masculine energy, let's see what they're talking about. All right, masculine A. What are we talking about? The masculine energy this week was really strong, I felt, around a lot of paternal father healing. If there were some masculines, but let me know if you've been feeling that too, if that is something that you've been feeling this week, around your relationship with a father or with male influences in your life, male authority figures, male lovers. If you know, if you're a woman and you've been feeling that way, or a man, or I shouldn't say that, if you're a person who are in a relation, have relations with men, and you've been feeling this fatherly kind of influence, or almost like almost like inner child kind of like wounding from a father that is kind of surfacing into your relationships, is what I'm hearing. For it doesn't matter if you know, again, if you're male or female, you know. And if that is something that you've been feeling, that is something that I keep feeling, as well as experiencing with not just myself, but other collective um, people in the collective that are showing signs of having that as well. Ryan says, she's right in some cases. It's funny though. Well, thanks. Um, yeah, glad that you know, it's true though. Shiva says, they say Shiva god is born from goddess Kali. Kali is of death and transformation. Shiva says, though Shiva is very powerful god, yes, and Shiva says, still born from a female. Yeah, yep. That's right. So masculine, what is the energy going on? I want to know what the energy is for this masculine. Um, what is this? They're wanting to talk. Anything else? Okay. Anything else masculine? Okay. Okay. So thank you. So Queen of Pentacles here. This is Virgo energy of getting your shit together, getting your life together, getting your money, your finances, your life together. Shiva says, "May I know about you?" About me? I've been talking for like 30 minutes about me. um, you know, we're at what, 43 minutes on the dot here. You know, I just talk about me when you ask questions, but yeah, I also am trying to feel this energy for the collective. So you just, yeah, see. Um, Shiva says, I see a lot of bodies behind you. Are you a student? You know, I I'm a student of life, but at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and pause on talking about me, because the masculine has a lot of cards that want to come through. And in order for this to not be a super long um, live chat, I do want to get into the messages too as well, but I do appreciate the interest, and thank you for that. Brian says, "LOL." And you know, I do really appreciate the interest for sure. And but I I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this message here just to see what the masculine's going through. But I have not been a student for a long time, so I say I'm a student of life. I did go to school for musical theater though, so I will say that too. So the Queen of Pentacles, I feel this masculine is really trying to get his life together. Yeah, the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. He's in this meditative, I'm hearing this meditative and recovery. This is very retrograde kind of energy. And we do have Pluto in retrograde, like I mentioned, Neptune's in retrograde. through the sign of Pisces. Saturn is in retrograde through the sign of Pisces. That is reflecting on your responsibilities, on your dreams, right? On your desires, on your fantasies, what is real and what is not, what is feasible and possible, and what has just become more wishful thinking that is not rooting and grounding into this world, and how can we make that into something of substance, right? So he's really going within, really meditating, really clearing and calming and asking to receive guidance for that. Ryan says she's nice, but this different. Ryan says, let the message come through. Thank you. Um, so here we are, the cards that are showing. We have the Chariot, and look at that. Ace of Cups marrying with the feminine. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Six of Swords reverse. We have the Page of Wands reverse. So what I'm hearing with this is that something is moving. Yeah, something is moving, and it is bringing a lot of awakening in this divine love. I'm hearing activating of divine love is what's moving, is what's getting his desires, his movement, wanting to take charge, wanting to reflect, wanting to make sure that he is making the right choices, because yes, underneath that is the Ten of Swords. He's going through a completion cycle, much like the feminine and the Death card, going through a completion cycle of what all the deceit and the pain that he's gone through. Because look, he's transforming with that Judgment card. He is going through a deep transformation so that when it is time to switch and to, not switch, to shift into the next timeline that we are shifting into, he is going to celebrate. He's going to have something to celebrate because he has been standing his ground, and he has been going within, and he has been reflecting on releasing all of those negative pains and experiences and traumas. And I just heard, let's just clear that energy, because I usually light my sage to, or my Palo Santo at the beginning, and I got all extra distracted with the conversations. But Spirit's like, that's why I love having these conversations. Spirit's like, you love it a little too much, sis, because you be talking. But it's okay. That's why we here, though. But I'm hearing, let's go ahead and just let this energy sit, because we still are halfway through hearing what messages want to come through. So I'm going to go ahead and just clear this energy, set the intention for all of this to come through clearly, for all of us to understand. And if it resonates for our story, may we be able to implement it into our lives so that it can help give us more guidance on how we can move through what our circumstances are calling for us to be able to heal through. Thank you, Spirit. Namaste. Peace and love. Okay. All right. So, yeah, there is a major activation of divine love here for the feminine and the masculine. I love that. I think that's really beautiful. This is a new relationship coming. Aces are new experiences, are new beginnings. And when you have this death and the Ten of Swords here, let me show you. I mean, it's exactly that. You have this ending, this the ending of ego death is what I'm hearing, the ending of, yeah, of disempowerment, because there is a lot of inner child healing and reflection and activation by divine love. Something sparked this masculine and feminine to say, you know what? It's time to go within. It's time to, I want to be the best version of myself. So let me go ahead and shift my perspective and see how I can look at life differently. Let me go ahead and call upon my angels and ancestors and guardians and archangels and all the spirits to give me guidance so I can look at my life from a different perspective, so I can tell my inner child, if I knew differently, if I knew what I knew then, I would have done life so differently. But because I didn't know better, I didn't do better, right? What is Maya Angelou says, if they knew better, they do better, right? It's like if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have made different choices, right? However, because I only had and did what I had, sorry, I'm going back to this feminine. She wants to speak too. I had to carry the burden. I had to let my life crumble and carry the weight of the world because I had chosen all of these other cups of poison, right? You can see, I'll show it over here on YouTube. You can see all these options. You got the Gulen and the serpent, you got the house and the jewels and the love. You have the victory with the wreath, you have the rainbow with the miracles. And there were so many choices that it was burdensome. And I'm hearing because of what we went through, because what we didn't know, we didn't know. We did what we had to do to protect ourselves. We didn't know that turning other people into stone was a bad thing. We just knew we had it to protect ourselves, right? For some Medusas out there, I am not and speaking of Shiva, as oh, you said, what did you say? I remember my mom burning a small piece of dry coconut and turn that thing around me when I fall sick. Isn't that interesting? I'm gonna look into that. If that's a healing remedy. I love that. Yeah. I was just thinking that this is actually Kali of the on the death card here in the feminine deck. So I love that you brought it up because this is exactly the representation of Kali. She's dancing through death, dancing to death, dancing with death, dancing for death, right? Because the purpose of life eventually is death. So how are we going to experience our life with purpose if we know that we will die with purpose and our egos will die with purpose? When we allow ourselves to create, to transform, to ascend. And you know what that's bringing into the masculine? This space of confidence, of security. I love this so much. And there's so many queens over here for him. So he is tapping into the feminine energy within himself. Shiva said, death is under her foot. That's right. Dance on that death, right? And she has an eye on her third eye. I don't know if you can see it. See, get it closer. Sorry for the blur. It's not very clear. But there's like a third eye on her eye. Sorry, it's not very good. Instagram, I'll let you see it over here too. You can't see it. I apologize. Um, but what I love is that yes, tapping into that feminine energy, and that is awakening that Black Lilith moon, and also I'm hearing the divine feminine in this masculine, or maybe the divine feminine counterpart in the masculine is around this masculine. If it is in relations to an external person, they are very much influencing him to stabilize his life, take control of his life, is what I'm hearing, to get his shit together and to move in confidence, helping him build his confidence, right? The Queen of Wands is about feeling sexy and fierce and good. And, maybe you're working on yourself. She's got a little shawl like mine. Okay. I see you, Queen, and you know, just working on, maybe you're working on your health, maybe you're working on your body, maybe you're working out, going and doing yoga, maybe you're eating healthy, maybe you're clearing and cleansing and detoxing from all those toxic waste. Because why? Because you're pouring into yourself. Yes, I love this. This is what's helping them. This is what's helping the masculine feel more confident in himself. And this is what's helping the feminine have this emotional maturity in herself. Really beautiful. And that's, again, that's the masculine energy within her. Shiva says it's called cocoon dot, red dot, not the third eye. Oh, interesting. I always call the third eye because that's where your third eye is located. Kumkum, kumkum dot. Yeah, but there is an eyeball on there. It's not the dot. It's not a dot, but it's the eyeball. Ugh, it won't. I don't think it's gonna clear. Maybe. Eek. No, it's not. Sorry. But very interesting. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I think that's interesting that it is located on the third eye of your um, awareness, of your all seeing, of your seeing beyond the physical, right? With your soul. So, what I think is interesting here is at the bottom of here, these decks, we have with the Six of Swords and the eight and the eight. What are you? The Page of Wands. The Six of Swords and the Page of Wands reverse. I'm hearing is this again. It's this passion and this desire to communicate, to move, to go to calmer waters, but feeling. I'm hearing feeling like there's a stuckness in moving. Okay, I'm hearing that this is what he's reflecting on up here. This is what he's letting go of. These swords are actually not just swords of defeat that has happened in the past from external sources to him, but also pain that he's also brought into himself. See how these swords are pointing down at him? Oh man. Okay, sorry guys. My music always thinks that I'm done when I am not moving for a few minutes. Hold on, guys. Un momento. Okay. And so I'm hearing that those are the deceits of his own doing as well from those cups of poison, right? Of maybe with especially with this Page of Wands reverse, he was not very mature, is what I'm hearing when it came to his wand, if you know what I'm saying. The wand is of passion, the wand is of fire. So he was a little bit too passionate. And what does that coincide with? The Medusa. And so there was that over, I'm hearing hyper sexual sexuality, hypersexualizing, maybe being a little bit more promiscuous and more casual when it comes to, dating or being intimate with the other. Let's just say it that way. And doing so, it brought this stagnation and separation and prevented this. You see how when it's right side up, the Six of Swords, they are moving in this boat to calmer waters. This is after the Five of Swords, which is the war. They're ready to go home. You see, and in the boat is just another person, a woman and her son is what this card entails, and to take them to a safe place, right? To get out of Dodge, to get to calmer waters, to let the dust settle, and to be able to have a conversation and to be able to, I'm hearing start new. And that starting new couldn't happen because the masculine wasn't willing to put down that damn wine. But I'm hearing that that's what he is reflecting on. right? That's the swords that he's putting down, because that wand ended up turning into a double-edged sword. And it hurt him and it hurt others, and it was not worth it. And that's why he's really focused on making sure that when judgment day comes, he's going to be, we just got right to 1 hour. When judgment day comes, where you gonna go? Brian says, right? Sheena says, you're holding it in reverse, peace and wands thing. Well, I held it in reverse because that's how it showed up. I held it in reverse because that's how it showed up. The rest of them were upright and these two were in reverse, and so that's how I'm reading that energy of that. Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense of why he's going within to reflect on that when judgment day calls. Yes. So let's see what's going on with this collective here. Okay. Go ahead and stretch my legs. So, really beautiful feminine masculine. I love that. Um, the collective here, the collective energies that are happening tonight. This is the merging, the oneness between the masculine and feminine energy, as well as the collective as a whole. We have the Tower card, I see. What is going on with that, with the collective here? The Eight of Wands, reverse. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Eight of Wands, reverse. There's a stillness. That makes sense. Ooh, that's a lot. All right. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. That's fine. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Welcome on if you are here just joining us. Dr. What is that? I'm sorry, Fisa? Pizza? Hi, new subscriber. Welcome on. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you being here with us. I appreciate your joining our love tribe as we are walking through this road to conscious love. So, lots that is going on here with this collective. Eight of Wands reversed. There is a stillness that's happening. The Eight of Wands is of passion. Eights are of action. It's of ending old cycles and beginning new cycles. This Wands card I'm hearing is a kind of a, again, going back into, there's that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of going within energy between the masculine and feminine. Why? Because we have the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Four of Cups reverse, and the Death reverse. So there is, again, that Death card of ego death. But with it reverse, I'm hearing that's the birth. That's the new birth that's happening, right? With death comes birth. It's the cycle of life. And you see it with the lunar, with all of the lunar cycles. So I'm hearing that these lunations have really been so powerful, impacting, which makes a lot of sense here with that Black Moon Lilith energy we have going on right now, because we are recognizing what cups do we want to choose from now. Welcome on, Nia Makeda. Welcome on, Mama Nia. I'm glad you're here. Said Angel Face. Um, Look at the cups that this collect. That's why they're in this pause energy. They're in this pause energy of the Eight of Wands because, and you have the Seven and the eight into the seven. They're taking a step back. Yes, they're taking a step back to reflect, to pause, so that when these opportunities present themselves again, they feel they'll feel ready because at this moment they're going through this new birth. Yeah, because their emotions, the King of Cups, they're very emotional right now, this collective. They're indecisive right now with the Two of Wands. They're holding on to, they're bored and isolating themselves right now with the Four of Cups. Their life feels stagnant because they are going out. They are the death, the ego is dying so that there can be a rebirth. The soul can be reborn. Yes, yes. I hear that. Really, wow, really beautiful. I felt that too. Um, so that explains that. What else do we have here? So we have the Magician, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes I read them reverse. Sometimes Spirit says, depends on how I pick it up and if I feel and if I automatically flip it over or not. This, when I picked it up, was reverse, and without even thinking, I turned it upside down or I turned it right side up. There is a shift. There is some manifestations that is happening. There's that Four of Swords energy again to mirror the masculine's Four of Swords. A lot of reflection happening. Again, water signs, Cancer energy right now, that is of reflection. We have a lot of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Very much. A lot of Scorpio with this death and Cancer with these cups, the aces of cups, the crone of cups, the seven of cups. But we're manifesting. You see this Libra symbol here? We're balancing. We're manifesting, coming back into a balanced state of being. Manifesting what it is, the choices, the opportunities that we have so that we can make sure we make the right choice this time is what I'm hearing. I just realized the bottom of the deck here is the Queen of Pentacles, again mirroring. We have obviously this is more of confirmation because this is for the collective, right? Bottom of the deck, what we don't see coming is that Spirit is giving us the strength. I love this strength card. Typically the strength card is Leo energy, but you got this big old bull, Taurus energy, the strength card of don't give up. You know, when a bull has his sight set on something, they are not giving up until it is theirs, devoured. And Spirit is giving us the strength to stabilize our life. That's why we have to go through all of these. That's why we are manifesting our dreams. That's why we're going within, reflecting, and really um, taking into contemplation, consideration, what all of these this retro. What are you saying, Spirit? I'm trying to hear what Spirit's saying. Taking into consideration the retrogrades, right? Because that is what is affecting us so much. Anything that REs, right? That's what retrograde season helps with. REs. Rest, relaxation, rejuvenation. Kiva says, sorry to disturb you. Do you watch a lot of horror movies? No, I have no interest whatsoever. I am way too sensitive for that shit. I can't even watch the news. That's a horror movie enough for me. Okay, that's a horror movie enough for me. So no, I don't do horror films. It's for sensitive souls like myself. It just doesn't vibe with my energy. But thank you for asking. Um, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, more pentacles. There's also we have a lot of cups and a lot of pentacles here. which is emotions as well as substance, right? We have something, we're bringing things that are emotionally, divinely orchestrated for us. And we're bringing it into fruition. There's that Taurus energy again with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles comes with an offer. It's the slowest knight in the deck, but it comes with the most solid offer. It knows Taurus is our loyal. They're committed. Again, when they are focused, they're fixed sign, they're fixed earth sign. So when they are here and they're stabilized, that's that Queen of Energies, Virgo energy. So we have Virgo, Taurus energy, Scorpio energy, Cancer energy, with the wands, the Queen of Wands, Aries energy. Yeah. So take that if it resonates. It's not necessarily about, and I see the hangman trying to show up here with the masculine. I just see the little feet of the hangman, so that's funny. There's a perspective, right, shifting for this masculine, just a little bit. The energies of the signs don't necessarily mean anything necessarily other than the fact that they are energy of those signs, right? And so let's see what else is going on. We have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Cups reversed. So the collective here is saying there's some, there's some beautiful inner fulfillment happening, emotional security that is coming from all of this self reflection, all of this ego death, right? The ego is going to sink its nails in as tightly and sharply as possible, causing you to feel like there is an earthquake shattering within you. You are going to probably, if you haven't already had an emotional weekend because of this Cancer new moon, you gonna feel it, okay? And that has to do with everything that is reflecting. Cancer also represents our home. It's ruled by the fourth house. It's governed by the fourth house of home, of generations, of ancestry, of past life, right? Of maternal, motherly figures. That's why we are probably feeling that paternal feeling and figure. So, but what all of this is doing is it's bringing us into emotional stability and balance, fulfillment within ourselves. I love that. We're not relying on other people to make us feel better anymore, because that codependency, no mas. There's no more codependency that's happening. That's that ego holding on. If you don't make them happy, they won't love you. You won't be worthy of love, right? If you don't bend over backwards and carry those, where are those wands that we felt? If you don't carry those, if you don't let those swords be digging in your back, right? That's that codependency. We have to let all of that go. And a lot of that, again, was to protect ourselves. But now we're realizing we don't need to. And with that is coming a beautiful offer, of love, of romance, right? Of emotional fulfillment, of emotional partnership. And this doesn't have to be in love with a part, with a in a romantic counterpart kind of way. If you don't foresee that for you, or have no interest in that for you, or if your love life is perfect and you don't need it, then there you go. That's that 9 of Cups right there. You've done your work. And if not, then that's okay. If maybe your work is your bliss work. Maybe that emotional fulfillment is your business, is your family, is your artistic outlets, right? Whatever that is for you. There is this 9 of Cups and Knight of Cups. You're at the more you pour into yourself. That's what I'm hearing. The more you pour into yourself, right? That self love, you are letting spirit pour into that allowing you to be able to have this emotional stability, this emotional fulfillment with yourself, not needing, as soon as you don't need anyone's love, and not in a I can do bad all by myself, I don't need anybody kind of like ego way. As soon as you realize that all that I need is within me, that's when true love comes in. That's when divine love overfloweth. Yeah, that's right, Ryan. Self love is key, because when you can pour into yourself, then you have, you see how this the water is pouring overflowing with love, with pure love, with that white dove, right? Overflowing. Now I can give, I can pour into your cups. Now I can receive your offering, because now I feel worthy. Now I know that I'm worthy. Now I find my own worthiness and value in myself, right? That's why earlier I had to brag about taking myself on a little date for the holiday, because for me it's like, for that, I think I'm hearing like Alicia Keys' song "If I Ain't Got You." You know how the lyrics are like, um, some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them, right? Some people need like 3 dozen roses and all that gesture, and hand me the rose on the silver platter. And what good would it mean? I think this song is really channeling for the collective right now of all of what's going on and what we have pulled today. No one to share, no one who truly cares for me. Sing with me. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Right, you guys? That's my song. That's what this collective is feeling right now with this Knight of Cups. Like, some people want diamond rings. There's that 7 of Cups. Some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, right? Or me is what I'm hearing. If I ain't got me, if I ain't got you, if I don't have divine, if I don't have this self love, then I can't even receive your love. But I don't need your love to be something extravagant, or I don't need it to be something even subtle. But sometimes we feel like even just something as, I need you to tell me you love me in order for me to believe that you love me. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes you just have to let the feel that divine love flow within you and through you and around you, so that you can overflow in that love. So you don't need to hear or touch or taste or see or feel or whatever or smell, right? It in this 3D, but you can know that in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, that this love is one. I was going to say is real, but Spirit said this love is one. You are one soul. Ryan says that's why dudes messed up the messages. That's why dude messed up the messages. He said, Ryan said, you feeling it, hun? LOL. I was getting it. Spirit was singing through me. You know, it is, it's, it is definitely something that we're recognizing. Yeah, that's why the masculine and feminine are both pulling this Ace of Cups, because they're recognizing that this love goes beyond time and space. Because love is energy, love is one, love is soul, right? The more we hold on, that's what's being released right now. That's what's dying, is that ego attachment to, I need to hear you say that you love me. I need to see you physically. I need to touch you. I need to taste you. I need to have you, possess you, own you. That's ego based. But divine love goes beyond time and space. It's patient, it's kind. What did we talk about on the 7-7 portal? Patient and kind, right? Keeps no records of wrongs. It is not jealous. It is not rude, right? It is not self seeking. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. You guys, that might be my next tattoo. What if I got that whole thing on my back? Or at least maybe I'll just get at least the scripture of it, the First Corinthians 13. Who knows? But that might have to be my next tattoo because I literally quote it pretty much every day. The page of wands, it's passionate, it's pure. Let this love be adventurous. Go on an adventure with yourself and with your love. Let the possibilities. This is that Neptune in retrograde. Let the possibilities and the fantasies and the dreams run wild, but not too wild to the point where you lose sight of I'm hearing lose sight of reality, but that's not what Spirit's trying to say. That you lose sight of your grounding, of your footing. Yeah, lose sight of your center. Yeah, yeah. Stay grounded, right? Head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the one you glad you found. She's your shapoopy. That's the music man right there. Ryan said that would be very sexy. What? I don't know what I was talking about. Sometimes when I channel, I don't remember what I'm saying. But yes, it would be very sexy. All of it. With this Queen of Cups reverse, I'm hearing that this is not really the collective's energy. This is more of what the collective is releasing. The Queen of Cups reverse, that emotional, I'm hearing manipulation. Yeah, those emotional codependencies. That's what I'm hearing is being released. Yeah, absolutely. And the last card, Six of Wands. Okay, Six of Wands reverse. Yeah, if we, the Queen of Wands, oh, I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups, that's what yeah, we're releasing this emotional manipulative tactic to try to get what we want, to try to manifest through emotional manipulation, because all that has done has, I mean, that's failed us in the past. Oh, a tattoo. Thanks. That would be cool, huh? I'll let you know if I get it. But the the that has been what has failed in the past, is what I'm hearing. Too much of those emotional tactics to try to say, well, you don't love me because you didn't buy me a diamond ring or 3 dozen roses, because you didn't say you love me, because you didn't act this way, because you didn't do this way. I wanted it this way and it didn't happen that way. That is coming to an end. That is what is dying. That's ego. That is all mind. So let's see how spirit is helping us with getting this energy moved through. I'm running out of space here. Maybe I'll move over here. Okay. So spirit says, let's see what some energy. Yeah. This is a beautiful read, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for joining in on the conversations, on the singing. I could hear y'all singing over there. Some of that Alicia Keys. Everybody knows that song. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I always appreciate. Love being able to see some people that I've seen before on some live, and just I love the interactions, new friends, new tribes. We're all here. Yes, Four of Cups and Justice. Thank you, Spirit. Yes. Anything else? Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's justice over whatever kind of karmic third party, whether it was addictions, whether it was other partners, whether it was workaholism, whatever. Yeah, Nine of Wands. I'm hearing, look at the nine nines. So there is justice happening and a new contract beginning that has been very, very beautiful. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Hi, Tammy. Welcome on. So glad I found you. I'm so glad you found me too. I'm so glad our spirit connected. Thank you, spirits, for finding our soul tribe here. Welcome. So, yeah, there is some release and new contracts that are being made. Look at all of that. This is what came out after justice. This is why spirit is having you go within and isolate a little bit, because justice is being served, right? She's reflecting. You can see that she's kind of even, let me speed up a little bit. She looks like she's even hurt or sad or distraught. There's something going on. Like she's topless, like something like I'm not, this card gives me like bad vibes in the sense that something sad really happened, traumatic maybe happened where she got wounded, right? With that like that hangman issue, right? And but she has this cat here. Yeah, Ryan says, I'm sure isolating. Yeah, because you're healing, because justice is happening and being served. This cat here of intuition, some of you guys might have cats. That reminds me, my cat, I think, has been outside this whole time. He's probably not happy that I left the door open. It's when we're at 127. Maybe I'll open the door for him. I'm sure he wants to say hello. Hold on. Tony? Oh, yeah, there he is. Spirit said, I'm gonna bring this picture of a cat to remind you to open the door for your cat. Sorry, buddy. He'll walk on. He'll come say hello here in a second. There he is. Hey, everyone. So he kind of looks like this little cat in this picture with the black head, little Siamese cat. He's just a big old, big old, big old cat. Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle, everyone. Um, yeah, there is justice being served. Libra energy again. Libra energy again. Cats are very intuitive. Cats understand emotions that maybe other animals might not be able to understand, like dogs. Not hating on dogs at all, but you can tell I'm a cat person. They're very intuitive. They most cats are, I don't know. My cat is I'm lucky with this cat because he's calm and he's intuitive and he's hungry all the time. He's super chill, but he also can feel, right? When they're purring, they're giving off those vibrational frequencies of healing, the same frequencies as a baby when a baby's crying, right? So anyway, definitely going through those isolations, looking at that spilled cup, healing from whatever wounds have happened. But she's doing this under a full moon. So this next full moon in Capricorn is going to be really powerful because it is clearing out and balancing the scales, karma, right? The collective is in the South Node in Libra for karma. All of those Nine of Wands, battered, broken, and bruised, the wounded warrior. Let me open this door for him. And, anxiety is what I'm hearing. Wounded warrior. You've gone through so much, everything. You went through hell and back, right? You have you're working through your anxiety. You see that crescent moon up there where we're in that crescent waning moon or waxing moon right now. And this third party, this karmic relationship, this karmic tie, this karmic generational past, whoever and whatever it is coming to an end, is coming to justice, coming into new cycles, right? You are being blessed and granted with a new cycle, new contract. The Hierophant card is Capricorn energy, in my opinion, because Capricorns are very traditional and they're of commitment and tradition. So that matrimony is what I hear. Like for those who do want that kind of more traditional kind of love or relationship, you're coming into that matrimony, however it is for you. You're coming into a new contract with yourself, with divine, with this divine love. Remember? Yes, really beautiful. Yes, Spirit says, give your burdens to me. It's time. The Ten of Wands. You have been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders for long enough. It is time. There's nothing wrong with isolating and going within. We have a lot of fours, 4, 4, 9, 9. We have the 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're taking the steps. And then we also have the 8, 7, taking steps back. But look, bottom of the deck, remember, Spirit wants you to always know that what you really don't see about all of this is that you are the high priestess. The high priestess is the feminine, the divine feminine, the original divine feminine in the tarot. And it's also the counterpart to the Hierophant, who is the original divine masculine in the major arcanas. So keep on studying, right? Student of life, student of soul, of spirit, of love, taking your experiences, reflecting on them, learning how to transmute them into wisdom, trusting and building and strengthening your faith so that you can move in radical acceptance. I always hear the High Priestess card as radical acceptance. Yes. Remember who you are and what you have gone through. It did not go, it's not in vain. What you went through is not in vain. Yeah, but you do have to allow yourself to grieve. Underneath that High Priestess card is the 5 of Cups. Those are the 5 cups, the 5 stages of grief, right? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. Ryan says, every time Spirit calls me to see you, you always have a message for me. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Ryan. I'm so glad that this message resonates for you. It's very empowering. It's very beautiful. I know it's a bit longer than typical. Usually we end right around that 1.5 hour mark, but this message was long. Also, I was chatting for like the first half hour. So technically the message is, but you're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. You again are co-creating with this message, being here with your energy. I'm tuning into. So I'm glad that it's helpful for you. I really am. Spirit, I saw you beyond the mind. Look at that. And Tony says hello. I knew that this card was going to go come out because we were talking about going through beyond that ego, human desire and mind. Go beyond the mind, right? Beyond that the human attachments, preferences, expectations, so that we can move into, you see all of the cool colors, the blues, the purples, the indigos. That's your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. That's all of your feminine energy, right? To move beyond what is not here. The only reason why what is not here that you want to be here, um, is not here is because, first of all, we're focusing on the fact that it's not here. Sorry if you hear that. That's Tony's scratch post. Um, you know, we're focusing on what's not here, and that's causing it to not be here more. Energy attracts energy. So what you spend your energy most on is what's going to be continuously recycled and retracted or attracted. Um, but also because we are negating the first step of manifestation, and that is to be in our feminine state that we talked about earlier and first attract what it is that we want in by going within. You see her eyes are closed. That's still more of this going within, isolating, contemplating, reflecting, relaxing, retrograding, right? So that we can get the guidance from spirit. That's what this chariot is about too. I didn't really touch too much on this chariot, right? You have the black and white sphinx of the yin and yang, the balance, right? You're always going to have some darkness in the light, and you're always going to have some lightness in the dark. That is what the yin yang is. That is the feminine masculine polarities. But this chariot is of this king or prince, right? This I guess he's not even a prince yet. He's really, I guess he is a prince, but he's more of a prince soldier, and he's waiting for the go ahead to accelerate into the war. He's waiting for the king to say, "All right, time to battle, time to fight," and he's just sitting in that. He's in that limbo space of waiting because he also knows that if he's victorious in this battle, he will one day become the emperor of the land that he's fighting for. So in that story, you are this emperor, you are this king, you are this prince to be fighting for your empire, right? And you're in this limbo space right now, and that's why we're resting so much, right? Because we are waiting for Spirit's divine timing to give us that okay, that it's time to now forge forward into our next timeline. Beautiful. Okay. Spirit said you need to talk about that. So go beyond the mind because your high heart chakra is awakening. Your high heart chakra is opening, is healing. Your ecstatic bliss, right? You're moving into ecstasy. You're moving into bliss. You're moving into soul. Really beautiful. Beyond the mind. Really beautiful. Some next steps that we'll take. One card here. What's a good, clear next step that we can take from the four agreements? And then we'll do our T formations, and then we'll wrap up. We have, thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Hey, hey, over there on Instagram, Miss Jessica. How are you, dear sister? So glad you're here. Welcome. Oh my goodness, I love you. Glad you're here. We're just wrapping up, so you'll have to check the beginning because it was a beautiful conversation. But here we are having our next steps, our second agreement. Don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Your own, and on the back I'll read the words of encouragement. Your opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. Yes, really beautiful. You see, he's reading this book, right? He's reading, maybe it's his own book. Maybe he's reading self-development books. Maybe he's reading the Bible or the Torah or whatever it is that is giving him faith, like the high priestess card, right? Maybe This is his own journal that he's writing, his own story. But whatever it is, this is his truth. You know, what I appreciated about this conversation with everyone today was that we had different viewpoints and opinions about spirituality, about feminine and masculine connectivity, and all of that. And it was very respectful. It wasn't, you know, we weren't badgering each other because they were different or because it was new. You know, we just learned to appreciate each other's truths. Ew, Tony hair. Oh my God. You guys, that's so embarrassing. When you have a fluffy ass cat like that, so gross. That was hilarious. That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it. This big old hairy cat, and I can't do anything about it. That's my truth, okay? So the next steps that we can take is to own our truth, right? Our love, right? That is self love. Self love is to own your truths, it's to go within and to listen to what divine guidance has for you and nobody else's, because that's the kind of justice that is going to be served in this world for your own timeline as you are clearing out the ego and the toxins and the addictions and the karmics. All of that is being released because your true pure light is coming through, and it's oh so delicious. So here's some T formations. Your strength. Oh wait, let me read this again. Your greatest strength is love. You won't be able to see this, but um, when I do my daily devotions, or I'm sorry, not my daily devotions, that I do with myself before my daily divines. After my Tea and Tarot Tuesday, even though I'm on my chakra healing series right now, after my Tea and Tarot Tuesday, I do take a break from my series and I'm going to do my daily divine message of a recap of what we unfolded live tonight. And that way you can the way you can see the messages, you can see the cards, and instead of seeing, you know, seeing my face, right? No, I'm just kidding. Instead of seeing this setting, it's a setting where you see the layout of the cards, and we have a breakdown of how we unfolded this hour and 42-minute reading from Spirit, and we condense it into more so about 30 to 45 minutes. So you get just the nuts and bullets, the PBs and J's, the meats and potatoes of this reading. And that way you can really get, and then you can, of course, see the T formations and see how it resonates even more for you a second time around. So again, if you'd like to make sure that you are notified whenever I do post my Daily Divine tomorrow or moving forward, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And that way you always know whenever I am speaking to you or Spirit is speaking to you through me. Your greatest strength is love. Yes. Putting that on the Ace of Cups. Your greatest strength is love. The earth laughs and flowers. Ryan says, no, we want to see you. The connection is better. Oh, well, thanks. Some people like to see, you know, I've heard all of different feedback and responses. Some people like being able to have this live interaction, and some people like being able to see the cards because then they can kind of, you know, see the story if they're more visual learners as well, like I am. I like both. I like to listen back to my own readings. I'll listen back to this right after I post it, and then I'll listen back to my daily divines right after I post it. And I always get a new message every time. So it's nice to just have different. So, but I appreciate you saying that, Ryan. You said Ella. No, I appreciate you saying that very much. I love the connection too. Trust me. Um, the Earth Laughs and Flowers, Ralph Waldo Emerson. It took me straight to this Queen of Wands with that sunflower. It also took me to the lotus flower that we spoke about in the at the beginning, in the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Earth laughs and flowers. Bring me a sunset in a cup by Emily Dickinson. If that's not Ace of Wands or Ace of Cups or Knight of Cups or Nine of Cups or Seven of Cups, bring me the sunset In a cup. What do you think that is? You guys, these both look like sunsets right here. Yeah. Bring me the sunset in a cup. I will say for sure. Absolutely. um, may your head and your heart speak with one voice. Beautiful. I love that. That's exactly what we're all figuring out. I'm going to put that on beyond the mind, actually. May your head and your heart speak with one voice. Yeah, beyond the mind and this high heart chakra. Head and heart. Perfect. Then we have compassion is your strength, and your greatest strength is love. I love that. That's really cute. Compassion is your strength, and your greatest strength is love. Love that. Compassion is love. Smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. Yes. All you gotta do is smile. Gee. No, it's it's the most basic kind of peace work. Mm. Peace work. It makes me think of bliss work. The bliss work is the work you do to align with your bliss. I'm going to put that on the high heart chakra for ecstatic bliss. Trust is the question. Love is the solution. That's beautiful. That's one of my favorites. I love that right now. Trust is the question. Love is the solution. Mm, I don't even know. I just want to sprinkle it on everything. That is very much Ace of Cups energy as well. I was going to say High Priestess too. Beauty is not caused. It is. Emily Dickinson. That's Queen of Wands right there. Very much moving into her beauty and her confidence in herself, right? It's not caused. It is. You do not have to do anything. You do not have to earn anything to be beauty. You are beauty, right? You are love. You are worthy. And our last message of the night, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. This has been so much fun, much longer than I expected, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And our final tea formation of the night. Thank you, Yogi Tea. You should sponsor this video. Says you can measure the love you bring to each day by the joy you experience in each moment. Mm. Silent snaps. Yes. You can measure the love you bring to each day by the joy you experience in each moment. I love that so much. I'm going to put that next to the high heart chakra for ecstatic bliss, but also the Nine of Cups. Yeah, because that experience, I mean, they both go hand in hand, Nine of Cups and high heart chakra, but I'm just hearing that for that Nine of Cups because it is. When we realize that we can love, that we bring love to each day by the joy that we experience in each moment, that takes us out of the mind, right? That takes us into the heart. And that's what brings us aligned with the divine and peace and harmony and trust and serenity. So make sure that you are enjoying every moment of every day as much as possible. I mean, we're still human, it's right. We get it. But let you are transforming your life. Let your life be transformed. It's time. It's time. You've done so much beautiful work. Continue to just stay grounded and go within right now. You don't need to go and be anywhere else but present here, because you are on your way. You're about to tap into the next timeline of your life. Okay? The next book is being opened. This is the old, this is the book that is being closed. It's not a new chapter. The whole damn book is done of your past. Everything that you know from your past will no longer be recognizable, because you are coming into a brand new, beautiful, fresh, amazing love, soul book. The rest is still unwritten. Okay, let me close on that note. Um, Thank you, you all. You're beautiful souls. I love everything about you. The light within me honors and appreciates and values and cherishes and adores the light within you. Did I say the light within you? The light within me adores and not, and respects and honors and everything within you. It's been a pleasure. Shiva, it's been a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you so much for all of your fun facts and knowledge and participation. Thank you, Ryan, for being a part of this beautiful soul tribe, every single person. And that's okay. He said I slipped to sleep. That's all right. I don't know what time it is, but it is time for us to go ahead and time for us to go to sleep. You said I just woke up. Well, as you wake up, we go to bed. You say goodbye, but I say hello. Hello, hello. You have a wonderful night, every single one of you, okay? And until next week on Tea and Tarot Tuesday, or until tomorrow for my daily divine messages from Spirit, peace and love. Namaste. Bye. Bye, Instagram.